I have two sons. The eldest, his name is Akili, he's 4. Found out that he had sickle cell at 4 months. He had a consistent yellowing of the eyes. When I realized it wasn't getting any better, I decided that I was going to take him to the doctor. Dr. Palomino Lou immediately decided to examine him. When she checked his side, she recognized that there was a little enlargement there, and that is the spleen. The spleen is only felt in children that have sickle cell. At this time when she mentioned sickle cell to me, my whole world had went topsy-turvy. I mean, at that point in thinking positive, because I've lost a cousin to the disease already, I just didn't know how to handle it.
It's been a journey, a very interesting journey. Ups and downs, peaks and valleys of him being in and out of hospital.
He, was transferred to the sickle cell unit up by UWI. He had to be doing several blood transfusions. He was having heart failure, so to speak. He had a spleen that kept on getting enlarged. Now the spleen is there to help to protect them against germs and bacteria that is out there, and so that is what the spleen does. It collects the bacteria, but also when it gets enlarged, it poses a risk to them. It can burst and it can create complications and they can die. They had to remove the spleen at age 2. Ever since they had removed it, he now started suffering from the acute chest. And that happens because the spleen is no longer there. So the acute chest is similar to pneumonia.
When the time gets cold, I get drums and I get a cold and I get sick.
What I try to do is to just ensure that he has a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. Try not to give him anything that's pre-processed.
It's a lot of work to maintain a child with sickle cell. You really have to love them, you have to support them, and emotionally you just have to make sure that you're always there with them 100% every step of the way. I can't tell you how important the support of family is.
Your highest risk of dying from sickle cell disease is in your first 2 to 3 years. But many people are not actually diagnosed until 5 years and up. So that danger zone is there. By doing newborn screening, as early as 2 months, you can start preventative measures.
For each person that don't know their status, they need to know. You need to know if you have the trait. My son having the trait, he now needs to understand that his brother has sickle cell, and when he gets to that age, he will learn about it. But he will also need to know that if you meet someone that has the trait, you have to be very careful.
If you've done a proper test and you don't have a trait at all, you can't have a child with sickle cell disease, right? Now, if you have the sickle cell disease or you have a trait, screen early to find out what is the risk with this other person. And then you can make up your mind, are you willing to take that risk?
I've lived with sickle cell my whole life. I've never known anything else. I have sickle cell disease. I have SS, that's the most severe form of sickle cell disease. The doctors told my parents that I probably wouldn't live to see my 18th birthday. Sickle cell was like a death sentence, but now it's totally the opposite. I mean, people can live effective, prosperous lives, healthy lives with sickle cell disease, so I think that we've come a long way. Since I was a child, my parents have always told me, you can be whatever you want to be, you can do whatever you want to do. But after I had my daughter, I was really, really sick. I had a lot of hospital admissions, more than normal, more than I've ever had, and I would get really, really sick. Good job on your picture. High five. A crisis is the hallmark of sickle cell disease, and a crisis is just pain in any location of your body. You can have it wherever blood flows. If I had to describe it, it would be like repeatedly being stabbed with a butcher knife in the same spot nonstop. That's what it feels like. So growing up, from the time I was born up until maybe I was 8 or 9, I took penicillin every day of my life, And the purpose of that, I think, is to prevent any kind of infection, just in case. My brother, who's had many more complications than I had with sickle cell, he tried hydroxyurea when he was about 13 or 14, and every side effect that the medicine could offer, he had. So I was afraid to take it, but I thought it wouldn't hurt to try it. So I started taking hydroxyurea in May 2009, and it has really changed my life. I haven't had an admission in 13 months, and it's my numbers, my blood numbers are wonderful. My doctor is totally pleased with it. I haven't had any negative side effect from the medicine. It's really wonderful. It's been good to me. It's so much more important for me to stay healthy now is because of my baby girl. The day she was born, they tested her for the disease, but I knew that she didn't have the disease because her dad doesn't have the trait or the disease, but she does have the trait. It's really important for me to stay healthy for her, but also it's important because I love what I do. I love my job. I love life, and it's not fun being sick, so I do everything in my power to stay healthy. Take my medicines every day without fail. I don't smoke. Never tried to smoke. Never will smoke. But I do eat fairly healthy. I think the main thing I do is my fluid intake. That has a lot to do with how well people do with sickle cell disease. Life right now is great. I'm healthy. I'm a mom to a beautiful little girl who I love so much. I just bought a house, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm in school, getting my master's in healthcare administration. It feels great to know that, yes, when my parents told me I can do whatever I wanted to do and be whoever I wanted to be, that I'm actually doing it now. Having a good attitude affects any area of your life, whether it's health-related or job-related or any area of your life. So I always try my best to have a good outlook on life. I have sickle cell, but sickle cell doesn't have me.